What's up YouTube, it's Coach Cory. The new Brawl Stars update just dropped. Let's go over everything that's coming in it and the new balance changes. So let's get into it. Alright, so first off, let's start off with some good news, bad news. So this is a little bit of both. So the prices for skins has changed. Some of them have gone up a little bit. Some of them have actually gone down a little bit. A little good news, bad news. But the price for the new Crow skin, Phoenix Crow, is 300 gems. Now that's a lot of gems. But don't you worry, I have some news that every single player is going to like. Even if you're a free-to-play player, even if you're a max player, no matter how much you spend on the game, now you can get gems from Brawl boxes. Let's go. So finally, I know people have been asking for this for a long time, so now you have the ability to get gems as a bonus drop from Brawl boxes. Similar to how you would get tickets, you can now get gems. You have a 9% chance to get gems from each Brawl box you open. Now you can get a different amount of gems too. You can get 3 gems. You have a 61% chance of getting that. Now first off, you have a 9% chance of getting gems in general. If you do get gems, you have a 61% chance of getting 3 gems, a 27% chance of getting 5 gems, a 9% chance of getting 8 gems, and a 3% chance of getting 12 gems. So even if you're a free-to-play player, you can open up your Brawl boxes and slowly save up gems and get whatever skin you want. So even as free-to-play, you can get those skins. Or if you want, you can spend the gems on tickets. You can spend it on whatever you want. So finally, you have the ability to get gems for free, so you can do whatever you want with them. Hallelujah. Now, speaking of extra free stuff in the game, League rewards have now been slightly changed as well. Now, after 3,000 trophies, every 1,000 trophies you go up, you get a mega box. It used to be kind of random before as far as what reward you would get. Now, every 1,000 trophies, you get a mega box, no matter what trophy level it is, as long as it's above 3,000. And the actual reward trophy amount you get rewards, that did change slightly, but the amount of rewards otherwise is basically the same, except for those additional rewards from the mega boxes. Now here's another exciting thing. Frank got some voice acting. So yeah, it's great, right? Now he has 4 variable grunts. So now whenever you're playing Frank, you can hear grunts all the time. Whenever he hits someone, maybe when he gets hit, he probably has different grunts for both of those. You might not notice though. Whoever did this voice acting should be very proud. Hooray for grunting Frank. Alright, now here's actually something that's exciting, no matter what, for everyone. It's a couple things. Some offers in the shop have changed. Now first off, this is exciting for everyone. Every single day, you get a free box in the shop, no matter what. No matter who you are, you get a free box in the shop every single day. So that's pretty sweet. Log in, get that free box. Another thing, now you can't see this because my account is maxed in the dev build, but you have the ability to get legendary brawlers from the shop now. And what I mean is as an offer. So those brawler offers where you can buy a brawler in like a big box or a mega box or something from the shop with money, those offers are now available for legendary brawlers. Also, these offers now appear in the shop more frequently. So if you have that money, you want to spend money and get that legendary brawler, because let's be real, they're kind of hard to get, you can now have the option to just wait for it in the shop and just buy it from the shop. And of course, I can't forget to go over the ads being implemented into the game. Now, you can watch up to 5 ads a day. And each ad you watch, you have the ability to double reward from one thing of a Brawl box you open. Now, it doesn't work on those bonus items from Brawl boxes, like tickets and unfortunately, like gems. So you can't double gems. You can only double coins and any sort of Brawler power points that you get. So let's show you exactly how this works. It also only works on Brawl boxes. Doesn't work on big boxes or mega boxes. So you open up your Brawl box. Now my count is maxed, so you're only going to see coins available. And there you go. You can either continue or you can click that button, watch ad to double 1 reward. Now I'm going to click that, but I can't show you guys the ad. All right, so once you close the ad, you're done watching it, you get to choose what reward you want to double. Of course, I only have one option, so I'll just double that. There you go. Doubled the amount of coins I got. And of course, you can do this on coins or any Brawler power points you want. All right, now here's another exciting, sort of crazy change. Robo Rumble has now changed again. Now, in Robo Rumble, the maps have randomly generated levels. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but my understanding is there's the basic general layout of the levels, and then the walls randomly change. I'm not exactly sure how much they change. I haven't been able to test this out myself, but guys, this is definitely a pretty crazy change to Robo Rumble. So as soon as Robo Rumble comes out, I will be sure to get a video out on this for you guys. Now, there's also been some quality of life changes in the social features. Now you can have the play again button. You know when you play with randoms and you can click play again? Now if you're actually in a game room with 2 people, you can use that play again button with that one other random teammate if you really like that person. Additionally, now your friends list, the max used to be 100. Now it is 200. There we go. And also the amount of pending friend requests now went from 10 to 20. Also, this is a pretty cool feature. Now you can see where that friend request came from. For instance, you can see if it's from someone you were in a game room with, or if it's from your bandmate, or if it's someone who's requesting you because you played a certain amount of games together. For instance, you look at this, got a friend request from Ark. We've played 5 games together recently, and that's what shows up under the invite. It might say from a bandmate or from a game room as well. Some other stuff that changes now, you can see how many people are spectating a match, whether you're a player or whether you're spectating. So if you're playing a game, someone's spectating your game, you will now know. There's now going to be a counter in the top right corner that tells you how many people are spectating. This is true whether you're watching or whether you're playing. Additionally, another good change is now that freaking loot bar that kept popping up whenever you're in a game room after you finished a match, that has now been fixed. It won't just keep popping up annoyingly. It'll now just be basically much better. Oh yeah, also, now you can actually track how many duo showdown wins you get. So it'll show you the amount of duo victories you have and the amount of normal showdown victories you have. They also added some other sounds. There were some UI sounds that were added, some friends list sounds that were added, and a good amount of bug fixes as well. For instance, there was that annoying super button bug where if you quickly press that super button, it wouldn't work. They now fixed that. Also, there was a bug with Frank and Robo Rumble where you used his super and it wouldn't actually stun the robots. They would keep shooting at you. That's been fixed as well. There are also some other bug fixes too. All right, that's all the new stuff that's coming in the update. Now, let's go over the balance changes coming in the update. Now, guys, I made a Reddit post on this that has an image where you can download that shows all of the balance changes. I'm going to show it really briefly too if you want to screenshot that, or you can go to the comments below and go to the Reddit link and either upvote it, whatever, or you can just download the image from there. Now, let's go over the changes. So first off, starting with the nerfs, some of the really strong brawlers that have actually gotten nerfs in the past, balance changes got some more nerfs because they were still really strong. For instance, Colt, he's still really viable in a lot of different game modes. He got a really small nerf, but I think it'll impact him in one particular game mode. His super range got decreased by 2.3 tiles, about 18%. I think the main area this is going to impact him is Brawl Ball, where his super is used to open up those walls. Now, we're going to have to actually see how much this impacts him. It's still a really long super, 11 tiles, so we will see. But this might impact him just a little bit. Oh, actually, how can I forget? This is going to impact him a lot in Heist, where that's his main way of getting damage on the safe. He's now going to have to be at least 2 tiles closer. That will actually definitely impact him in Heist as well. All right, now another brawler that's been hit hard a lot, but has still been really good is Ricochet. So Ricochet got a good nerf. His range is being decreased. His attack range is being increased by 1/3 of a tile. And also, the range boost he would get from the bounce has also been decreased by 1/3 of a tile. So if you combine those two together, his range when bouncing has been decreased by 2/3 of a tile. So this is actually going to be a pretty decent nerf to Ricochet, as his range is one of the big keys to him being able to deal so much damage because his health is the lowest in the game. So if he's in range of anyone, he will die pretty quickly. So this will definitely impact Ricochet a lot. So we will see. I think he's going to go down a lot in the rankings. He'll still probably be viable, but he's definitely not going to be really strong. I think other brawlers are going to be better options than him now because he's just going to be dying too frequently. But the last nerf was to Dynamite. Dynamite got his attack damage of his main attack reduced by 5%. He's really strong in a lot of different areas. He's still going to be strong. I don't think he's going to be crazy strong now. He'll be a little bit more balanced. He'll definitely still be good though. Alright, now we got some buffs to some brawlers that have been bad for a really long time. So it's good to see this, and hopefully this gets them back in the meta. For instance, we got Mortis. His move speed got buffed by 6.5%. He's now just as fast as Crow. This is honestly a really big change for Mortis. He's going to be back to being really good again in Brawl Ball. He was good in Brawl Ball always, but now he's going to be back to being really good. He'll probably be viable in Jump Grab, maybe, and he might be viable on a few bounty maps. That's probably going to be it. We'll see. Maybe in Duo Showdown. I'm not quite sure. But he did get a health buff before this as well, and combined with the nerfs to Colt and Ricochet, this might make Mortis kind of viable. Now here's another brawler who's been bad for a while, El Primo. He got his attack damage increased by 6% and his health increased by 3.5%. So some small buffs to El Primo. This should bring him a little bit more into the meta. But with Shelly being really strong right now, we'll see, because anytime a Shelly interacts with an El Primo, it destroys the El Primo. El Primo will definitely be better though. He might be pretty viable, but he's not going to be strong. Alright, now here's a brawler who is getting actually a pretty big change. One of the newest brawlers, Frank. His range is being increased by 2/3 of a tile, about 13%. And he's also getting the same health buff El Primo got, 3.5%. So he's getting a little bit more health, but that range increase is going to be huge for him. He's now going to be able to charge his super much faster, which that is the big thing with Frank, is having his super. So actually, I think Frank is going to be pretty viable in a lot of different areas now, probably in Brawl Ball, in Gem Grab, maybe in a couple bounty maps, and that's probably it. But Frank is actually going to be, well, and it's Showdown and Duo Showdown. But I think Frank is going to be pretty good now. This is going to be a really important change for Frank. Any sort of range increase or decrease always impacts a brawler a lot. Look at Shelly. That definitely made Shelly a lot more in the meta. This is going to make Frank a lot more in the meta as well. The other new brawler, Penny, is getting some changes as well, but just to her turret. Her cannon is getting an increased projectile speed by 25%. I mean, to be honest, it was always pretty hard to hit with her cannon. Basically had to go backwards and forwards or be staying still. We'll see how easy it is to dodge her turret now. Also though, the reload time on her cannon got increased or decreased by half a second. So it's 16 to 17% faster. So that combined with the faster projectile speed, it's going to seem like you're going to have to be dodging those shots a lot more. I think this will make Penny definitely more viable and a better option than Jessie, I would think. Okay, now this brawler is getting a lot of good buffs, and that's Poco. Poco is getting his range increased by 2/3 of a tile, about 10% of a range increase. This is a huge buff for Poco. Poco is going to be in the meta now, so look out for this Poco double aggro or Poco tank and aggro meta. It's coming. He's also got an increased projectile attack speed by 25%, and his super projectile speed has been increased by 92%. So you're not going to be missing those supers with Poco now. And also, his main attack is going to be going a lot faster. So it's going to be, let's be real, Poco's just going to be a lot better. Anytime a 10% range increase is really good, especially on a brawler who already had a decent range. A 7-tile range for Poco now, that's going to be really decent. Basically, this is going to allow Poco to compete with those other gem carriers a lot more, especially with Pam. It's no longer going to be nearly as bad of a matchup for Poco versus a Pam. Speaking of gem carriers, Bo got a buff as well. Bo got his attack damage increased by 5%, so pretty small buff, but something at the least. Bo has been not that great for a long time, except on those maps where his star power is really useful. And to be honest, it's going to stay that way. But he'll be at least a little bit better, and he'll be more viable versus the other gem carriers. But until, like, Pam gets a nerf, you're really not going to see Bo being in the meta, in Gem Grab at least. Another small change now, Brawlers are now immune to knockback and stun when you're invincible during that spawn protection. So this is a small change. It's really not going to impact the gameplay that much, but I understand where it's coming from. Alright guys, those are all the balance changes that just went live in the update. The update is out, so go enjoy it. Get your free gems, and let me know what you think of the update so far. That's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you later.